Hi folks, it's David from Amos Pewter here, back for another episode of At the Jeweler's Bench. Now you might remember that last time we had cast up one of these little hug pocket charms. I mentioned that this time we would be talking about how we get this ready for production, and that is the good news. We will be producing these and you will be able to purchase them from us. So more about that at a later date. But today we're going to talk about the challenge of actually producing a lot of these. Now you saw us cast up one of these. We can do one at a time, but that's not a very efficient way to produce anything. So what we are going to be doing today is getting things ready to make one of these. This is one of our molds. This is a mold we use for our sand dollar beach treasures. And you can see that there are 7 spaces there for sand dollars. So what we did was we made 7 copies of a sand dollar, put them between these 2 pieces of rubber, vulcanized the rubber, and then made this mold. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get a bunch of copies of that hug pocket charm ready for making one of these molds. So that's our mold that we had made last time, and Linda is putting some talcum powder inside that, which helps to release the pewter casting from the mold when it comes out. Now we're putting that into a centrifugal casting machine. So you see that hole in the top of the mold. The molten pewter is going to go through that hole, and then through that hole, and through that hole, to go down into that mold. The centrifugal force, because it's spinning around in there, the centrifugal force will push all this molten pewter down into the mold and into the cavity where that heart charm is. And that pewter that we're working with today is about 550 degrees. Pewter melts at a very low temperature compared to other metals, of course. And voila, there we have one. Linda cuts it off of there, and there we have a copy. So now we're going to make a bunch more of those. So there we go. Now we have a bunch of copies of the Hug Pocket Charm. Now, before I start working on the front of this though, I do want to do something. This is a pocket charm, which means it's something you keep in your pocket, just a little comforting, something that you can just reach in and remind yourself that it's there once in a while. So I'm going to go around to the back of this, and I am going to create a little bit of a hollow there, just someplace, a little comforting spot for your thumb to rest in. So to finish off the front, I'm going to be using some files. I've got some special tools here for burnishing. Pewter is a very soft metal, so it actually burnishes up quite nicely. You can take a steel tool, and with a little bit of rubbing and pressure, you can smooth it out and get it nice and crisp and shiny. And of course, we have various grits of sandpaper here that I'll be using. So, on with that. Now the last thing I'm going to do to this is on this back side, I am going to take this tool, which we call a dappler, and what it does is it goes kind of tippity-tap, and I'm going to create a little slightly dappled texture all across the back of this, just to give it a nice uniform texture. Just like that. So there we are, all nice and smooth and shiny. So all I have to do is 5 more of those, and we are set to make a mold. We'll do that next time. See you then.